Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Martrich here with your outlook for March 7th, 2016. And for your Monday, we're going to have high pressure off to our south, sitting right over the Carolinas. That's going to allow for a return flow to set up around the high pressure. That's going to bring in southwesterly winds and increase in temperatures. So it was a little bit chilly over the weekend here. Nothing crazy chilly, but it was still chilly. Had a chilly feel to it. We're going to feel a big difference with that starting today with these southwesterly winds kicking in. So we were expecting temperatures to get in the upper 50s, near 60 across many central and southern areas, maybe lower 50s further north, but it's just going to be the start of things to come. If you like spring temperatures, this is definitely going to be your week, and definitely going to be a foreshadowing of sorts of what's to come for the spring months ahead. So this high pressure is going to move off the coast, and it's going to set up shop here, just kind of anchor itself here. So we're going to have that area of high pressure continuing to bring in warmer temperatures, and it's going to be up in the well into the 60s here on Tuesday. And as we get into Wednesday, we're going to get even warmer yet, and that's going to get us. It's ahead of this frontal boundary that's off to our northwest. So I do think we do end up getting above the 70-degree mark in many central and southern locations here on Wednesday, maybe even Thursday. Here's a look at the Wednesday temperatures across our region for max highs. Projected highs according to the model here, some low to mid 70s readings here are showing up here on the afternoon on Wednesday. As we get into Thursday, not a lot of change from as far as temperatures are concerned. Cold front's going to be coming in from the west here, but we're going to have warm temperatures once again, I think, on Thursday, that are going to be exceeding the 70-degree mark in those pretty much those same areas, except for the northwest areas. So again, we're going to have that influence of a cold front coming in here after this point. So we get into Thursday. Here's a look at during the day on Thursday. Late in the day, you're going to have an increase of clouds and some showers here, isolated with a cold front that's going to be coming through with this area of low pressure heading off to our north. This area of low pressure is going to head in through here like this, off to our north, bring rain up across New England. We're just going to get what's left of from this cold front that's sagging down to the southwest of this. This is the cold front that's going to move through with most of the precipitation going with the low pressure itself over New England, and then that passes by. Now there's some there's vast differences here as we get into late week between the American GFS model and the European model, at least on the latest guidance that we're looking at when this video was created. European model has high pressure moving in here on Friday, sitting right over top of the area. This is acting to block a system that is off the map here. So I just kind of start in their picture here. This is a system that's going to be kind of like acting like a cutoff low. That's going to sit and spin over Texas for a couple days. And it's eventually going to move to the northeast and in a weakened state, not quite as impressive. There'll be some impressive rain down here with this across Texas, Louisiana. Some of the Gulf states down here, or the western Gulf states, will be affected by that especially. So we'll move up to the northeast eventually and move through in a weakened state. Question is, when does that happen? GFS has this happening, taking up the majority of the weekend and ruining the entire weekend with rain. The European model keeps it completely dry the entire weekend because that high pressure ends up being in control here. So it's interesting to see what's going to end up happening here, but we have this area of low pressure moving up into the Great Lakes eventually. But by the time we see this here, it'll be later Sunday or Sunday night that you would start to feel an influence of any precipitation from this. You could get some rain early next week if this model is correct. But again, GFS is very rainy and brings it in a lot sooner over this weekend. So it's hard to tell exactly what the timing is. Right now we're siding with the European model that we will have a rain-free most of the weekend, except maybe we get to later Sunday. But again, the GFS is bringing this in earlier. You can see all this massive amounts of rain here across Texas and Louisiana, Arkansas, and just kind of keeps it there. And this low pressure just sits and spins over Texas and doesn't really want to move very much. But a lot of it's going to be dependent on what this high pressure does. If it's keeps keeps the rain associated with that low pressure down across the deep south here and across Texas, you're going to keep our weekend dry. If it retreats or pulls out, and this is allowed to come further northward, then of course we'll be raining sooner, and it will be interrupting the weekend and keeping the mild trend at bay by doing that. But I think we're going to end up what we're going to end up doing here is just siding with the European model that this holds off. So for right now, we'll just keep an eye on it, and then we'll update in future runs once we know one way or the other which way it's going to go as far as timing is concerned. I'm Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Martrich. That is your outlook for March 7th, 2016. Have a great Monday.